and I had it all figured out in my head. Pete must have learned when he was little, and he came from a musical family, and then I started reading up on you, and I thought, wait a minute, that's not exactly how it went down, and now you're just telling me how it really went down,
Yeah,
and this
no,
is news to me.
I come from very humble beginnings. I mean, I'm not gonna complain one bit because I've had a
Sure.
wonderful, wonderful life. My parents did what they could do with what they had, and nunca nos faltó nada. We had nothing, pero nunca nos faltaba nada.
Yeah.
And that was my dad and my mom, my siblings. I'm the youngest, and they always took care of me. We took care of each other. My family was rancheros de rancho. We were ended up in this country living the American dream. We were migrant workers. We went to restaurant workers, restaurateurs. It was very good to us. And my siblings were able to go to college, a couple of them, and because of the work that my mom and dad did. So I have no regrets. But music was never an option. But little by little, I just knew it in my heart. I go, this gotta be something that I can do, because the passion was so strong.
Yeah.
And it wasn't about money or fame. I just needed to. I told people this, and that sounds funny. Like, it was a necessity. I needed to sing.
Sure.
I needed to be involved with music. I didn't know how. And then when I finally started singing, I go, I thank God for your guys' sake, that I can actually sing, because I would sing even if my voice was bad, because that's how much I love it. I don't love it because I can't.
You're lucky I'm good, because
I was still gonna do it, because I just love. I was like my dad. My dad, that passion for music, but he was bad. Thank God I got my mom's genes on that part, and I was able, because it's just a passion of mine. And music is in my blood.
What's interesting, Pete, is that you had people that were reaffirming you, that were helping you along the way, and telling you, you can do this, you're good at this, and so that must have been huge for you, to just continue going with that.
Well, that's what kind of changed my mind. And I said, like, well, maybe I can. The little people reaffirming, and then of course, like I said, Compian was really big, because of course he's a band director, and then my voice teacher telling me that, and then little.
Yeah. Were you getting paid at all for these gigs? Or?
Oh, yeah. For the church gigs.
A little bit of money.
Making a little bit of, not for the theater stuff.
Yeah, well,
but the Laredo community, the Laredo Little Theater didn't pay me at that time. But maybe they owe me some money there. Maybe there's some residuals there or something.
You need to make a call after this.
But the other stuff, yes, I was getting paid a little bit of money. And
how did that feel to make money?
It was a trip, man.
Yeah.
I'm getting paid to do this. I love to do this, and I'm gonna get a little bit of money to do it. It was amazing. It was really, really cool. And then I started getting more confianza, and I started little singing competitions here and locally or whatever. I remember we did something back in remember the import lot?
Yeah.
By the Posada.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Sergio Ruiz had this little competition thing, and he was the host. And he was, at the time, he was doing amazing. He had won the OTI, or he was part of the OTI and all this stuff. And I looked up to him, because he let me sing one time with him. Remember the restaurant Goldings?
Yes.
My brother was the manager there and the chef.
Really?
The one that got into the restaurant business. And I knew that Sergio Ruiz was playing there. And I would beg my brother, hey, let me sing a song with him, man. He goes, well, I'll ask him, because you're a minor. You can't get in here, man. So he let me one time to sing.
How old were you?
At that time, I must have been like about 18.
Okay.
But I still, like I said, it was just weird, because sometimes I would get kind of cocky, then I would get real timid.
Yeah.
But that time, I told him, bro, let me ask him if I can sing a song with him. And he let me sing a song at the bar. and then I went back to the kitchen to wash dishes. But
and how'd it go?
It went well.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool. And then, like I said, then we did that. He had like a noche de aficionados, and he was the host, and I was one of the guys that sang for him. And he was really, really encouraging, like, hey, you got a great voice, la la la. And at this time, I was already talking with Joe. We were already rehearsing and stuff. So I already had built up my confidence a bit.
So this is Joe Ojeda. What were you listening to at that time? Like, what was your repertoire of music?
Rock and roll, baby. Yes, man. I was like every other kid in Laredo listening to AC/DC.
Did you ever sing any of it?
No, never. Well, there is a funny story. And I'll say it because a buddy of mine, Adrian Leal, you know Bear?
I do not.
He used to have a band called Vancouver.
It sounds familiar.
And then now he has a band called Rock of Ages. Bear, Rock and Roll Bear. he has a band called Rock of Ages. Back in the day, it was called Vancouver, and they were like they're a really good band.
Yeah.
And I heard that he was looking for a singer, so I auditioned for him. But this is about the same time that I met Joe, kind of sort of right at the same little space, and I auditioned for him, and I think I sang a song from Poison.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, but it was one of those things like, well, cool, man, very cool. We'll call you. And I go, okay, I guess I didn't get the gig. And then later on, we became really good friends, like really good. To this day, we're incredibly good friends. And I go like, remember, dude, you freaking didn't hire me, man. You jack. You know what? And he always gets a kick out of it because I always tell people like, I was denied, man. Vancouver didn't hire me. So, but because of him not hiring me, I went and started doing stuff with Joe.
But you were influenced by all that music and by the rock music.
I mean,
but you weren't singing it.
No,
though,
I was not.
Which is interesting.
But you know what the funny part is? I still am a huge. I mean, like, you know, Jesus. I mean, U2, Van Halen, you know, AC/DC, Zeppelin. I mean, all the classic stuff. U2 especially, man. But it was kind of funny because when I would sing also, I'm a huge Jose Jose fan.
Okay.
And so I would pivot from rock and roll to Jose Jose, and that's what I like to sing, ballads. Like Lo Pasado Pasado, Gavilano Paloma. But at the same time, there was this little part of me that liked the rhythmic stuff because the influence of my older brothers, because they were listening to Rigo Tobar, Renacimiento 74, the cumbia stuff. So I had that little, I love to dance. So like, I like that. I like to sing, I sing to Jose Jose. I love to dance the cumbias, but I was a rocker. I was very, very simple in my head music-wise.
So when you met Joe Ojeda, you all eventually started Los Bad Boyz, right? What was your intent? Like, what kind of music did you want to do?
To be honest,
and it was just you two, right? It was just the both of you, right?
Yeah. The thing is, I met him through a mutual friend. There was my older sister was dating this guy. I can't remember his name at the moment.
Probably best.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
And he worked at the time it was called Auto Shack.
Okay.
AutoZone was Auto Shack at that time, and Joe worked at Auto Shack. So this guy that my sister was dating, one time tells my sister, he goes, "Hey, your brother, he wants to," because I was already doing the little weddings and all that stuff in the theater and stuff. He goes, your brother likes to sing, right? He goes, yeah, he wants to be. That's what he likes. He goes, I have a friend of mine that's starting a band. He goes, really? He goes, yeah, he works at Auto Shack with me. He goes, really? He goes, well, maybe we can meet him up. And sure enough, we exchanged. They give us his number and vice versa. And I called him up, like, hey, I'm Pete, back and forth. He goes, why don't you come over to the house? He goes, I'm rehearsing with some guys in our garage. He goes, sure, man. And I go, like, you have a garage? Fancy. Yeah. Wow, man, this guy's big time.
I'm hitting it big time now.
I know, man. I'm living the hood. I'm getting out of the hood. So I showed up at his house, and he's rehearsing with a band. Like, there's about, like, a little 5-piece band. And I'm just kind of standing there, and they finally wrap it up, and, hey, say hi to everybody. Hey, I introduce myself to, hey, kind of very, just los saludos y ese tipo de cosas. And we talked for a little bit, and he had his setup there with his keyboards and stuff. And he goes, why don't you sing a song? He goes, well, what do you want to hear? He goes, what do you want to hear? He goes, well, what do you know? You know any Jose Jose? He goes, yeah. He goes, I think we did Gavilano Paloma. He goes, Gavilano Paloma? Oh, yeah. No dejaba de mirar, estaba sola. And I go, hey, man, you sing good. So we keep playing, and we're singing that, and he goes, what are the songs you know? Well, you know this one? Yeah. And I think we probably did about maybe 2-3 songs.
Yeah.
And according to him, I didn't know this till later. I was giving the bag to the door that would go into the house from the garage, and he was playing, and he said that his dad came out and stood at the door, and he listened, and he told him like this is the one that he told him that. And his dad, he just kind of blew off his dad, and he goes, so what do you want to do? He goes, well, I don't know. He goes, but you have a band going, and like I said, it's been a long time. I might remember things differently. He goes, no. And I go, well, what were you doing all those rhythm stuff? He goes, oh, you got, drum machines and the keyboard. They go, play something with that. And he started doing like cumbias and stuff. Like that freaking sounds amazing, dude. And I could have sworn I told him, let's just do some songs you and I. What do you want everybody else for?
Forget the rest of the days.
Yeah. He goes, well, let's, I don't know, let's see. They go, well, let's practice a couple of songs. And he goes, well, let's learn a couple of songs. And okay. So I think we said, well, learn this song. I learned this song. I learned this song. And I came back and we rehearsed like, dude, it sounds like a freaking band. He goes, and at that point, I think the guys came around a couple of times and they're like, guys, I don't think we're going to be needing you guys anymore. So from there, I think we had like about a 10-song repertoire, and I wasn't into Tejano music at all, man, at all. I mean, I knew Little Joe, and and he wasn't big into Tejano music. So we started learning stuff that I wanted to hear, that I like, baladas, Jose. And he goes, no, but let's learn a cumbia and like that, or learn this Tejano song. Okay, fine, let's do it. So we learning the songs, and we started practicing and just rehearsing.
You're doing gigs at this point or not
Well,
yet?
that's my whole point, that we were
getting there.
We didn't have any gigs because we didn't even know what the hell we were doing. I mean, he had more experience because his brother had a band. And so he had a little bit more experience because of his brother. But he was still very green. And he was very young too. He's a lot younger than me. He's about 5 years younger than me. So he was like, well, I don't know. What do you think? I go, well, let's keep just practicing. Let's keep practicing. I go, we were one of the best rehearsed bands with no gigs. And we go,
you were damn good.
And then we needed a band. We needed a name. So I don't even know how we came up with the Bad Boyz, but with a Z. It was the Bad Boyz with a Z.
So that's different.
Yeah, it was different. And I remember his dad made cards for us.
Oh, nice.
It was Bad Boyz, free. It was okay. Like, what is it? What it is? I think I still have one. Bad Boyz, music for all occasion and all this. And we had the cards. We were rehearsed. We had no gigs, man. And then finally, we finally got a gig because my dad knew that I was rehearsing because, of course, I was working and I would go, saliendo del restaurante, me voy a ensayar. Okay, está bueno. So he knew that I was rehearsing kind of sort of for something. And then my neighbor's daughter was going to get married. Y su compadre, era un compadre. No, compadre, pues se va a casar mi hija, no sé qué tanto. Órale. Pues mi hijo tiene grupo. And he goes, what do you mean he has
Your dad told him that?
Yeah, my dad told my neighbor. Su compadre, my son has a band. He goes, well, actually, came over because we want to rent your restaurant to do a little reception, a little wedding there. He goes, but if you're saying your son also plays, but maybe we'll get him to play too. He goes, yeah, he has a band. So my dad comes up to me, hey, my compadre wants to talk to you because he want to hire you. For what? For a wedding? We're not ready for a wedding.
Had your dad heard you at all, or he just was going based on the fact that he knew you were out there?
He just figured that we were good. So my dad told him, and then the girl comes over to the house. He goes, well, how much will you all charge me? Wait a minute, we're just gonna be beginning. And I told her, it's just two of us. And he goes, no, but y'all sound good, right? Well, I think so. He goes, well, we want to hire you for 3 hours, and it's this date, and it's gonna be at your dad's place. He goes, well, we do it. Well, let me talk to my associates. Let me talk to my people. So I told Joe, they want to hire us for this wedding. He goes, really? Let's do it. Because Joe is always the dreamer. Like, yes, he's no to nothing. Like, no, wait a minute. Let's think about this. We know 10 songs, dude. This is 3 hours, and it's a wedding. Well, we'll learn 2 more cumbias. Don't worry, we got this. So sure enough, we did the party, and I don't know how the hell we did it. But I think we just kept doing the set over.
Are you serious?
Yes. Well, and then gradually everybody's getting drunk, so nobody's noticing
Nobody cared,
it.
right? They loved it.
Bottom line, we had a blast.
Wow.
We got paid. I think we charged him $150 because we didn't know how much to charge.
Yeah.
And he goes, you know what? We'll charge you $50 an hour. $150. $75 a pop. We're in business. And that's how we started playing. And after we kept rehearsing and stuff.
Yeah.
We got our feet wet. We liked it. And then my brother Rogelio, he was still in the restaurant business. The one that got us all into the restaurant business. He had the Hacienda restaurant, which he had a reception place.
Okay.
So he was doing receptions and the restaurant business. So I went and talked to him one day in the Crystal Palace. Remember the Crystal
Yes.
Palace was next door? So I went to the restaurant and I would hang out with him. And he goes, well, we got this little thing going on. He goes, really? He goes, well, we're, and I kind of explained, it was a two-man band. And I go, but we sound pretty good, man. He goes, well, you know what? Come and set up at my salon. And I want to hear you guys. Okay. So we went and set up. And he went and heard it. They go, y'all sound pretty good. He goes, you know what? Sometimes there's couples that come in here or people that come in, they have no money for a real band. I'm going to offer you guys.
That's where you come in.
That's where you come in. He goes, and you charge him peanuts. He goes, I'm doing the catering. You're the entertainment. So pretty much he started hiring. They started, like when people didn't have enough money for a band. Well, I got these guys. It's a two-man band. They'll charge you $200. Pero hacen un friego de ruido, man.
Do you ever run into any of those people?
I have. I really?
Mean, so they must be thinking like, whoa, that was Pete Astudillo.
Exactly.
Joe Ojeda.
At least 3 weddings that we did, I run into, and they're like, nobody believes this. I swear to God. And we have it on tape, and then we put the tape on, but you guys are so different, and it's such a long time, but they don't believe it. He goes, hey, we tell them it was Pete and Joe from Los Dinos.
Oh my! Were you doing any of the dancing at that point, or nah? Not really.
Not too much, because I was doing all the singing.
Did you start to realize, okay, this could be a career, or were you still skeptical?
No, we were just having fun. We were having
getting
fun.
some money from it.
I'm making a little bit of money. I was still at the restaurant. Joe was still working at Auto Shack at the time. Still, I was still, doing kind of a normal thing.
Yeah.
And the weekends we would gig, and then my brother would come, hey, we got this gig, okay. And then the word of mouth started getting out. Started getting out a little bit, and we started getting calls. Like, hey, we need to do this. Would you do it? Hell yeah. And we started learning more songs. We started getting a little bit more refined. And we started getting a little bit more equipment. And I mean, it kind of grew in a span of 2 years. And we were working pretty consistently. And then the time that the moment that changed our lives, we got hired to play at the flea market at the old Playmore. Remember the old Playmore? They had turned it into a flea market. And they hired us to the grand opening of the flea market. So we're there playing. It is hot as hell. Summers in Laredo, tin roof. We're sweating up a storm. I think it was my mom, Joe's mom, and our grandma's the only ones looking at us. And we're like in the corner, and Joe's wearing shorts because it's hot as hell. And we're doing our thing, and they hired us to do 2 or 3 sets. And we're doing our thing, And so we're on our break. And I started walking around the flea market. Like, I'm going to walk around and see what the heck they have, So I'm walking around, and the bird, el locutor número 2, is doing a live remote. Oh, vengan aquí a la pulga, tenemos muchas cosas bonitas, y que la que sí, que para acá, tráiganse a la familia, tenemos música en vivo, aquí está el grupo, y, the bird.
You kind of nailed it. Does he know you do that about him?
Yes, I do. And the thing is, we knew each other because from the hood.
Sure.
And we knew each other, but he didn't know anything about my music thing. I didn't think anybody knew. And he saw me, and he's doing the remote. He goes, espérate. ¿Qué pasó, Pete? ¿Cómo estás? And I think he knew my brother. That's why. Because my brother, like I said, he was in the restaurant business, the Crystal Palace, and todo eso. They were the part of that little cliquita. What are you doing, man? You're shopping? Like, no, actually, I'm playing. He goes, really? What do you do? Like, I sing. I got a buddy of mine.
He was on KLAR at the time, 1300. And it must have been like top 40 type stuff, because I used to listen to that.
So he goes, oh, wow, cool, man. He goes, where are y'all going to play? When are y'all going to play again? Like, we got one more set. He goes, you over there? Like, yeah. Like, I'm going to go check you out. So sure enough, we start our set, and for sure, Bird stands there, man. He's standing, he always has his arms crossed, and he's like, with his glasses, and we finish up. He goes, oye, man, you all sound really good, man. He was like, really? He goes, yes. He goes, you guys make a lot of noise for 2 guys, man. Because it's just kind of the idea, he does all the music, drum machines, blah, blah, blah.
So a lot of that was Joe's doing.
No, everything was Joe. I was just singing. I had once in a while, I felt so bad. I felt so bad that he was doing all the playing. He had like 5 keyboards. I went and bought a tambourine, like, at least enjoy it. And then I bought a guiro from Nuevo Laredo from the mercado, the one that looked like a fish.
Yeah.
So that was my contribution to the music. But he was like, man, you guys sound really good.
Yeah.
Like, really? Dude, he goes, you sound amazing. He goes, why don't you all do the clubs or, the bailes, like, Bird, you know what?
Were you old enough already or no?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
We were 22 already,
Yeah.
yeah. So you know what, Bert? At that point, yeah, we were working a little bit more. Like, you know what? I already offered myself literally to everybody here in town, and nobody will hire us. Because it's a 2-man band. We're completely unknown. Because we do a lot of privates. That's what we do. You can play my brother Rogelio. Oh, yeah, tu carnal. Yeah. He helps us out in his salon. We're working a lot, man. But I already called the salones, the dance halls. I've offered myself for free. And they won't hire us. He goes, really? Yeah. He goes, well, they don't know, man, because you haven't heard you. Like, well, that's maybe the problem. I think that's the problem every band has.
Yeah.
He goes, you know what? I'm going to help you out. He goes, háblame. We're going to do something. He goes, what? He goes, I work at Roxy's. I'm the DJ at Roxy's. He goes, we have Tejano Tuesdays on Roxy's.
Where was Roxy's? I remember the name, but
you know where Taco Palenque is?
On San Bernardo.
San Bernardo.
Yeah.
There used to be a place called Metex.
Yeah, okay.
Where Metex is, that was where it used to be.
Roxy's, yeah.
And it was the
people will know
disco.
that, yeah.
Roxy's disco. And on Tuesday, they had Tejano Tuesdays. He goes, you know what? One of these Tuesdays, I'm going to get you in there. He goes, yeah, right. He goes, no, I promise I'll get you in there. And he was talking to me, Joe and I. He goes, dude, well, call me. You know where to find me, man. Or háblale mi carnal. You know where to find him. Sure. And sure enough, he calls us one day. He goes, hey, man, there was a cancellation. You want to do it? Yeah, heck yeah, man. And he's like, and this is the key word. He goes, it's for exposure, man. Man.
Famous last words.
Famous last words. He goes, it's for exposure and promotion. Like, no, man, don't worry, but I know we're not going to get paid. I know that's the key word to you're not getting paid. Like, yeah, we'll do it.
I mean, Roxy's was the club back in the day, though.
So we went and we set up and we did our thing. It was a great night. There was a bunch of some of the barflies, some of the regulars, but when they found out the big band that was gonna play, a lot of people didn't go. So it was mostly our family, a couple of friends and stuff like that. But it was great, and we had a great time, and we got to play in a club. It was like the experience. The good part was that the management or somebody in management, like, hey, these kids are good, man. They're really good. Because it's too bad that they didn't. A lot of people didn't see them.
I mean, it's a Tuesday night, right?
Yeah, but it would get packed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for Tejano.
Because it was Tejano.
Yeah,
okay.
because it was called Tejano Tuesdays. Y se ponía hasta las chanclas with the popular bands.
Sure.
With the popular bands. Obviously, we were not one of the popular bands.
Were they bringing other live bands as well?
Yeah. They
So
brought
it wasn't
big
just you
bands.
guys,
They brought, I mean, you name it, Gary Hobbs,
Sure.
Ram Herrera at the time and all that. So I talked to Bird. He goes, no se agüita. And he goes, no, it was good, man. It was good exposure for you guys. La, 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 la. He goes, you know what? Next time there's a big band playing, I'm going to ask him to bring you guys in. Yeah, like, we're down, dude. We're down. And sure enough, I want to say maybe a month later or whatever time it was, because it's been a long time. This was 1988. 88. He goes, he calls me. He goes, hey, Selena's going to play here. Selena Lodinos. He goes, you want to open up for her? Yeah, heck yeah, man. And Selena was not very well known yet.
Right.
But she had been in the industry. She already had records and everything. So I knew who she was enough to say, like, this is kind of cool. But, I mean, I wasn't completely, I mean, I knew it was important. I knew it was something cool. But they weren't like doing incredible yet.
Sure.
But I also kind of knew that she did really well here in Laredo. This was a good market for her. And I goes, yes, man, we'll do it. Heck yeah, man. And the same thing, well, it's for exposure, because we're going to have to hire you guys separately from them. Like a number bird.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Anyway, that whole day, I won't give you all this stuff because it's too long of a story. But there was obstacle after obstacle after obstacle after obstacle, literally to the moment we went on stage. Literally. There was at least 3 times that we say, dude, this is not worth it, man. What the hell, we're just here to play. And take off your equipment, get your equipment off, don't do this, don't do that. You know, literally, we were gonna go on before Selena, whatever time it was, let's say 9:30 per se. And we're about to get on, and Bird comes up to me and says, "Hey man, they don't want you to play, man." I go, "Who's they?" He goes, "Well, they just don't know what you're gonna do because, you know, it's just a 2-man band."
What time was this at?
This was right before we were gonna go on. And
You're about to go, so it's still early in the evening, I'm guessing, or no?
Yeah,
It's already
about
like
9:30.
okay, so it's already later.
So
then.
the thing is,
I got confused.
and not to go too deep into it,
Yeah.
but we didn't make a very good impression on Abraham. Did not a very good impression.
This is after you played?
No, this is before we played. Because when they got there, I was the only roadie there, and they thought I was a roadie, putting up the equipment, and let's just say I didn't make a really good impression on him.
But you hadn't played anything yet.
I know, but he's just looking out for his band, which
right?
I understand.
This was Abraham. This was the dad, right?
Yeah, the dad. Yeah. So, needless to say, they didn't. I'm not gonna say it was him, but they didn't want us to play that night. So Bird convinced them, and he said, "You know what? These kids are really good. They're really good." He goes, "Give them a chance. They're not even getting paid." And he goes, "You know what? They're not gonna play right now. Selena's gonna go on. When Selena gets off, they got 15 minutes."
It's interesting.
So Bird comes up to say, "Hey, dude, when Selena gets off the stage, you freaking jump on stage and do your thing. You got 15 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever." He why? You just do it, man. Just do it. Dude, just do your thing. It's lucky you're gonna play. Just be happy you're gonna play. So I told Joe, let's do it. So Selena gets off stage, and they were on the main stage, and we set up our little rinky-dinky stuff. There was like a little spot in front of the stage where people would dance, and that's where we set up, so we wouldn't be in their way.
Right.
And it's a long story there too, but bottom line, we set up our little rinky-dinky equipment. They finished. The moment they hit their last note, boom, Joe's with his keyboard, doing the La Sombra style intro and stuff, and we get up.
Había gente.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was a good venue for them. Like, Laredo was a very good market for Selena at that time. So it was packed. So we get up and do our thing. And of course we're playing the songs of the moment. We're doing Juana la Cubana and Sonora Dinamita. So man, we had the crowd going. They were like jamming. Yeah. And then later on, I remember we were doing our set, and there was like the DJ booth, and then there was an upstairs area. I don't know if you remember.
No, I never went into Roxy's.
Sure you did. Sure you did. There was a DJ booth, and you would go up some stairs, and there was an upstairs area where people could, not the people, but the management could be up there.
My place was the Roundup after the fact, The Roundup. No, I'm kidding. I don't think I did go into Roxy's, but go ahead. Yeah.
So anyway, according, I'm there, we're playing, and then our set was going to end, and I remember Bird just looking at me, go like, really? I'll keep going. So we ended up playing about half an hour.
Really?
Yeah. And then we got off and we did our thing and went off to the side. Later that night, we're picking up our equipment. AB came over. "Hey, what's up, man? I'm AB." "Yeah, we met earlier."
Hijo, not
the son.
brother.
AB, the son, yeah. "Yeah, we met earlier, remember? The roadie?" And then, Jesse Bada was the guitar player. "Hey, man, you guys sound great, man." And then I think Selena and everybody had left. It was just the club.
Did you meet Selena that night?
Yeah.
You did.
So Selena came in and Suzette. Like I said, it was already closed. Yeah. So they're picking up the equipment and they said, "Hey, hi, you guys sound great. You did great," and stuff. And then Abraham comes up, "What's your name, son?" I go, "My name's Pete." "Oh, you guys are pretty good, You Joe, okay, yeah. "Well, who's your manager?" "Dude, we don't have a manager." "Well, who does your bookings?"
My dad?
We do our bookings. "Well, who's in charge here?" Like, "Well, this is it. What you see here, that's it. Just him and I." "Really? Okay." He goes like, I remember, I swear to God, he says, "You want to work?" "Yeah, I do, sir." Gives me a card. "Call me Monday." And that was the beginning of that relationship.
Pete, do you understand? Not do you understand, but do you ever look back and think about the history
Yes.
of that moment. I mean,
Yes.
that's gold. What
That
you just shared with us is gold because at that moment is when history was made.
that night changed our lives forever.
Yeah.
Not only Joe's life, my life, but it also changed their lives
Yeah.
because it
Absolutely.
was an intersection,
Yeah.
and we could have either been with him or not with him.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the outcome would have been different. I don't know. Only God knows.
Yeah.
But who knows what had happened if we don't meet that night, and things click at the end, which they hadn't clicked all day, because they hadn't.
Yeah.
So that night changed my life forever, Joe's life, and their lives.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think that
And
needs
it's
to be
the night.
acknowledged.
It's the night that changed my life.
Yeah.
Later on, they told us that, and actually in the series they showcased it a little bit in this Netflix series. That
I'll be honest with you. I don't think I ever watched the series. I for some reason I don't know.
it's pretty good. It's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Later on, they told us that that night, when they were very unimpressed with us, they were leaving the club. They were walking out of the club to go to the bus, to rest up,
Mm-hmm.
to get on, to get ready for the next set. And they said that when they were walking out, and we started playing, because Birds like the moment they get up, you
Yeah.
start playing. We started playing, and then they were going like, "Is that the DJ?" That they were saying to themselves,
Yeah.
according to them, not me. And he goes, "Yeah, it's the no, it sounds live." And they were like, "No, is it those dudes? No, it can't be that." And they were listening outside like, "This sounds good. It can't be them. It's not." So they all went back in. They all went back in and went to that top office, and they listened to our set.
Really?
And they listened to us, and that's why they said, like, you let them play longer. Abraham told them to let us play longer. And that's why they let us play longer. And that's why he went up to us afterwards. And I really we made a good impression at that point. But that night changed our lives forever.
Yeah.
And I called him that Monday, after that Tuesday that we played. I called him up, and he started giving me all these rules, and we don't do this and we don't do that, and there's no drinking, and I like, well, we're not even working. He goes, well, I want you to open up the shows for Selena with your friend Joe. He goes, what do you mean, really? He goes, yeah. He goes, whenever we do certain shows somewhere, I could bring you in and you open up for her. He goes, really? Would you be interested? Heck yeah, man, we're down. And he goes, well, I can pay you. It's not gonna be a lot because we're kind of starting too. We're starting also, and we did really good at Laredo, but other venues. And in my head, I just thought Laredo, that's the way it gets everywhere.
Yeah.
Because they did really well here. And I thought, oh man, it's amazing. Hell yeah, we'll do it. He goes, well, I'm gonna call you later on with some dates, and you tell me if you're available, and we'll work it out. Cool.
And Tejano was like that back in the day.
Huh?
And Tejano was like that back in the day. Certain groups did better in certain markets.
Oh hell yeah.
Like Laredo, Los Chamacos. I mean, Jaime de Anda and Los
Oh,
Chamacos
yeah,
were
man.
huge. They'd come to the
Tony La
Casablanca.
Rosa, man,
Yeah.
was king here.
Yeah.
Well, Tony Rosa was king everywhere, but in Laredo,
Sure.
man.
And what were the crowds like when you traveled with Selena?
Well,
at that time? They just differed.
that was my point. That he called me, and he goes, "Hey, we're gonna gig in Robstown, Texas, and then from there we're gonna go to Houston, and then from there we're gonna go somewhere else." He goes, cool. And he goes, "There's so much I can pay you," which was peanuts, but we could care less. We were gonna be on the road, so. I called my brother Rogelio. Man, my brother Rogelio, I owe him, man.
Yeah.
Rogelio, I owe you a lot, brother. and I called him. Hey, can I use your catering van? He goes, where are you going? Like, we got a gig in Robstown, Texas.
Oh, so you had to go meet him over there. Then.
Yeah, we met him over there in
Yeah.
Robstown. So we get to Robstown, and I know it sounds crazy, but we get lost in Robstown. People that don't know, Robstown's a tiny little
Yeah.
town, but there was no GPS back then, man. So don't look down on me. And I remember we got lost. Anyway, we finally get to the gig, y la primera cosa, una regañada. If I tell you to be here at 5, you gotta be here at 5. He goes, sir, we got lost. How the hell you get lost in Robstown, Texas? We've never been here before. We've never been here in our lives, so you know where this place is.
Yeah.
Well, just be on time. Okay, we're on time. So we get up there, we do sound check, we do the whole thing. The band gets there in their bus. And in my head, I was thinking, va a estar hasta las chanclas. They're from Corpus. Robstown's about
Robstown's nearby,
15
yeah.
minutes away. it's gonna be packed like a. I mean, like I was thinking like Laredo twice,
Yeah.
you know, like. Man, sure enough, you know, the night comes, we did our sound check and ta. He tells us, y'all gonna go on at 8 or whatever. 6 o'clock, okay, we're there in the van, you know, just hanging out, eating bologna sandwiches and doing a little ice chest. And then 7 o'clock comes along and like, hey, sun's starting to go down. Like, there's nobody here, man. There was no car in the parking lot. 7:30, couple of cars.
Yeah.
7:45, 8 o'clock. Nah. And I just hear that on the window. Let's go. Abraham, you know, we're going. Yeah, it's time. Okay. And I think I said to him, there's nobody here.
Oh.
Well, that's none of your business if there's people here or not. Like, okay, I was just
Yeah.
stating the obvious. Do you want us to play? Yeah, so, okay. So we jump on stage. And of course, we're excited. That's one of our first outdoor, you know, out of city gigs. So we get up on stage and we're playing our butts off. And there was about 25 people there, you know, scattered. And the place is big, man. It still exists, the place where we played at.
Yeah.
It's called...
Is it like a ballroom or
High
something?
Chaparral.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's still there in
Wow.
Roxz. And we do our set, man, and I think a couple more people showed up. They couldn't have been more than 30. If I say there was 50, I'm exaggerating. But there was no more than 30 people. So we get off and we go to the van and like we're like kind of like with our tail between our legs. Lo regañaron. We got there late. Lo regañaron por preguntar de preguntarle. There's no people here. So I'm looking at Joe and he goes, dude, I think they're gonna. I don't know what's going on. Are they gonna cancel this? There's nobody here. And he's like, I don't know. He goes, I'm kind of freaking out. So sure enough, man, all of a sudden I see him getting off the bus. All of them dressed up. All dressed up. Yeah, I guess they're not gonna cancel. So we get off our van and we follow in on the side and get up on stage and do their intro. And they put on a show like they were playing for 2,000 people. And we're like on the sides just kind of looking at each other and like in disbelief and awe, confusion.
Yeah.
And like, what the heck is happening here? So they put on a great show. The night ends, we pick up our equipment, you know, we're going to Houston, you know, that's our next show. And I don't know what I just saw here, but I think I just got a slap of reality here.
And were they business as usual? I mean, obviously Abraham knew the business, so
Yeah.
he knew that certain markets didn't do as well
Yeah.
and so forth and so on. So they were just business as usual. But
business
for
as
you,
usual.
you were like, what
Well,
the
I was
hell?
expecting Laredo.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was not. So I didn't even ask anything anymore. But to me, that night was very pivotal. In this, I got like this slap of reality, and also, it showed me the kind of people they were, the kind of band they were, the respect for the audience, for the. No matter how many people were there, they put on a show like it was. They were at the damn Astrodome, you know.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. So it was like a learning. That was like lesson 1.
Yeah.
Kind of like respect your audience, be on time, you know, respect your craft, be ready. All of these things in one night, I got la madre. This is for real.
But you picked up on that.
I
at
picked
least.
up all of
That's
that,
good.
and
I mean,
then like they were professionals. You
Yeah.
know, no matter who was there, who wasn't there, the show must go on.
Yeah.
Como dice Freddie Mercury.
You're watching Made in Laredo production of the Computer Shop Laredo. Talking to Pete Astudillo.